Hey, Markie here. Haven't done a vid for ages and ages. My apologies. And this is a quick one, and you can see it's quick because I haven't kind of put the stand up, and there's shaky back, there's things in the background, and shaky camera, and I'll probably stick my thumb in the way and all that kind of thing. So just a quickie, just to first let you know that I still appreciate you. I'm still here. I really value my supporters. And for those of you watching this on Patreon, my patrons, and welcome to the casual viewer. So I don't really know what this video comes into the category of. It's something I've been aware of for a long time. You could call it a little life hack. You could call it demystifying yourself, maybe. I might call it that. That's quite nice, isn't it? That's quite an attractive title. So this is a linguistic thing, and it's just something to point out, because if you become aware of this, you will have greater self-knowledge, and this is quite a key area because it relates to what we put our energy into. So what I want to talk about is how we talk about our aspirations and our ambitions, the things we want to do, maybe they could be on the New Year's resolution list or whatever it might be. We can talk about them in different ways, and we can break it down into two things. There are things that we would like to do, and there are things that we would like to have done. Okay, now in many ways it's a really, really simple kind of thing, but on another level this is kind of quite profound, because we fool ourselves because we mix up the two. We kind of think that some of the things we would like to have done are things we would like to do. And then we kind of start making plans and moving in that direction. We find that it doesn't happen because we haven't quite got the momentum, because we haven't got the motivation, the enthusiasm. We don't really want to do it. Okay, so and the secret, really, the give with this, or the tell with this, is that sometimes, so there you go, I said my thumb would feature in the video at some point. The, is basically what we just said, is how we describe it. So a little exercise to do if you're in a habit of goal setting, which is always good. It's always good to review the direction that you're heading in, and write down all your goals, and then go through each one on the list and say, is this something that I want to do, or is this something I want to have done? Okay. So an example of something I'll give you an example of something I want to have done is I would like to have read every single work of Freud's. Okay, now part of me would like to do that. It's not that I don't want to do it, but it's just probably that I want to do other things more. So it's something I would like to have done. Further study, maybe higher level study. In some areas, it's a bit of both, really. There's some study I would like to do. For example, I want to do some more study into ADHD. I want to do some work into ADHD coaching. That's one of the things I want to do. Sex therapy is something I would like to study more. Something I would like to have done would maybe be further study in psychology, because that's something I feel like I kind of would be really useful and I should do it, but actually it would be, probably quite tedious. I've got, I'm not a great, for somebody that talks a lot about psychology, I'm not a great fan of the field of psychology. And I posted a little essay quite a long essay on this. If you want to read it, I'll probably post it on Patreon at some point, so you can have a read of that. Psychology is, on many levels, psychology is brilliant. It's a great field, but I think it's been quite corrupted, and I think there's something seriously wrong with the academic field of psychology right now. So if you want to read a rant on that, you can. Maybe I'll do a video on that another time anyway. So just a quick thought, really, a way to examine yourself, examine your motivation, examine what you really want. Some things, if there's something that you want to do, then there's a good chance that you'll do it. If there's something that you want to have done, then the chances are you will probably never do it, because you just don't quite have that drive or desire to do it. And of course these things can change, so circumstances change, we change. So something that's on the list of what we want to do, of what we want to have done can shift. So these things aren't set in stone, or we can explore our motivation and maybe look at what's getting in the way for us, and maybe we can find ways to become motivated. So, this isn't something to stand in your way. This is a useful tool to just recognise how you're actually thinking. So this is kind of a way of exploring kind of unconscious thought processes, really, that are really useful to know about. So I hope you found that helpful. So I haven't been around for a little while. I've been scratching my beard. Not because I've got an itchy beard, or indeed an itchy chin. It would be actually technically impossible to have an itchy beard, but there being no nerve cells in facial hair. But there I'm being a pedant. But then a lot of my videos are about linguistic pedantry. So there we go. So yeah, I've been in a contemplative mood of late, thinking about career direction and work direction. As I was kind of working very hard, and in several different areas, but I think I need to work smarter and work probably in quite a different way in order to help the maximum number of people and reward me at the moment, because I'm not getting a huge. People think I'm kind of a rolling. I've kind of seen sort of comments online about people that retroactive jealousy therapists, of which I am one, that we are kind of rolling in money and laughing ourselves all the way to I don't know. Laughing all the way to the bank, I guess, but that's a bit of a boring phrase. Laughing all the way to our villas. So yeah, and it's a field I feel very passionate about. For those of you who don't know about retroactive jealousy, it's a condition that I work with. There's loads of videos on it, and if you look at my website, which I'll put in the information below, that would be really helpful. What I would really appreciate right now, where you could really help me to focus on the work that I want to do that will help most amount of people and reward me, is if you fancy trotting along to my Patreon channel. And on my Patreon channel, you can sign up as a sponsor. It's like it's like a cross between GoFundMe and YouTube, if you like, because YouTube, people put some great content on YouTube. I use YouTube all the time, but they don't get properly rewarded for it. Even the really big YouTubers don't get properly rewarded for it, and certainly the little ones don't get anything. They get diddly squat. I get diddly squat from YouTube. So Patreon was set up by a musician, so that kind of people who are creative in whatever way, whether that's in an artistic way or in a educational way or an entertaining way or whatever it might be, or in a demystifying way, can get rewarded for what they do. So trundle along to my Patreon channel, please, and sign up as a patron, which means you're like my personal sponsor. The beauty of this is you can actually commit a teeny weeny amount of money. You can sign up for as little as an American dollar a month, and you can cancel it at any time. But if enough people sign up and sponsor me, become a patron for this teeny weeny little amount, it will add up and it will pay for some of my time. And also, the more patrons you get, the bigger the profile you get, the bigger the not profile, you know what I mean. You presence. That's the word I'm looking for. The bigger the presents you get. So not presents as in kind of things that you wrap up and give to people at Christmas. Oh God, I'm on a funny one today, aren't I? I need to eat. I haven't had any food. So I know I bang on about Patreon a lot, but it's really important to me. You have to sign up for PayPal in order to do it. There are also special benefits to be on Patreon, to be a patron, in that and I'm going to be changing this a little bit in terms of tiers. So at the moment, I've only got one tier of membership. So you can sponsor me, be a patron for 10,000 American dollars a month, or you can do it for $1 a month, and you get the same privileges and benefits. So I'm going to kind of change that slightly so that people that help me out a little bit more get more benefits. But essentially, one of the things I'm going to offer is that if people want to ask questions, if they want to do kind of like a mailbag, they want me to cover something in a video, I will cover that in a mailbag video. So what I'll do is I'll say, I've got some when I get a few of these together, I'll produce a video answering questions from various patrons. I'll say, oh, I've had this question from so-and-so, so-and-so, and I'll read out their email, try and do it in a voice that doesn't sound like Jimmy Savile's, because, you know, I was kind of indoctrinated into that as a child, and now, you know, it's kind of really not a good thing to do. So I have to find a non-Jimmy Savile kind of mailbag reading voice, and then I'll answer your questions. So please think about it. I'll put details in the links below on how you can do that. If you don't want to spend any, if you love me but you don't love me enough to spend any money on me, then the next best thing is sign up as a what's it called? What do you call it on subscriber on YouTube? So if you're watching this on YouTube, you want to sign up as a subscriber. That don't cost you nothing. All these and all the sort. The more you spend on me with Patreon and things, the less often I will do these kind of really poor quality videos with shaky cameras and thumbs in the way of the screen and all that kind of thing. So become a subscriber, please, on YouTube. You have to sign up to YouTube, which takes seconds. In order to sign up to YouTube, you have to sign up to, what's it called? I need to eat. You need to sign up to Gmail. You need to get a Gmail email account, which is dead easy again, doesn't cost you anything, it takes a couple of seconds. So please, 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 at the very least, that almost rhymes, sign up. So get yourself, if you've got a Gmail account, you can just sign up as a YouTube subscriber, and then you could subscribe to my channel. If you haven't got a Gmail email, get a Gmail email. Once you've got a Gmail email, you can sign up to YouTube. There's lots of benefits to that, not just about kind of watching my stuff. And if you really, really love me and you want to help me and you want to see more of me and help me tackle even more serious subjects that are going to seriously help people, as well as some more frivolous ones that are a bit of fun, then get a PayPal account, Google Mark the Demystifier Patreon, and that will take you to my channel, and you can sign up. And you can sign up for teeny weeny pennies, cents, tiny coins, or more if you feel, you know, if you want to support what I do. So I have gone on long enough. This is supposed to be a short video. I have waffled. This is probably good, you know, one of the good reasons why I've not been doing many videos lately. I will be back with more. I want to do, probably going to do a Patreon follow-up to the Doctor Who video that I did about me being in Doctor Who. Got lots more videos about elegant speech, some more about retroactive jealousy, and some more spooky ones as well. I think we're going to do something on ghosts, because people talk a lot of rubbish about ghosts. And that's not to say that I have the answers and I know what ghosts are, but I can talk about what ghosts might be and go into some kind of intelligent discourse on that. So, and if you want me to do a particular video for something that's, you know, that tickles your fancy, you know what you need to do. Sign up on Patreon. Thank you very much. I am going to go away and eat before mania completely takes hold of me, and hopefully I will be back soon with something more kind of prepared and lucid and cogent. Rangi Marie.